did you know that your guest travel experience is or should be as important as your wedding celebration? That's a good one, right? You know, bringing all your guests from abroad and worrying about their tickets, their transportation, their room blocks, that's quite a handful. So today we're going to learn how to have a seamless, stress-free destination travel experience for your wedding guests and for you as well. In the beautiful Isla Mujeres in Zama Beach Club. This is like the perfect destination wedding venue. I swear to God, this is like ridiculously beautiful. And I'm really excited today because I am going to interview Mahla. Hi, Mahla.
Honey.
She is from the Eventeur and she is the expert on destination weddings. When I say expert, I really mean that. Like she takes care of the whole shebang. And I always say that Mahla is like an angel coming from heaven. And I want you to tell me a little bit about what you do. What does the Eventeur do?
So the Eventeur is a destination wedding planning company. We do operate like a travel agency, a DMC, and a destination wedding planning company in one because we believe that destination wedding brides deserve all of that and the whole thing, and for the full picture to be taken care of.
She's not only planning your destination wedding, but she's also taking care of all the before.
Of course,
right?
Of course. And for the travel experience, for your guests to be as seamless of an experience and as flawless of an experience as the wedding day itself for the couple, because guests are truly half the story of a destination wedding, and a bride and groom will enjoy their wedding so much more if they know that their guests are well taken care of.
When you are choosing your destination wedding venue, should you consider your guests?
Always.
Why?
Always.
Always,
always, and forever.
Because I want to choose that one and that's it.
Exactly.
No?
Exactly.
It doesn't work that way.
So, and as I just said, guests are half the story of a destination wedding. So what happens a lot of the time is you're choosing a venue that doesn't quite work for your guests. You know, when we do venue selection, this is where your guests would stay, this is where the wedding would happen, this is where the welcome party would happen, this is what we're doing for fun.
Right.
And you want to make sure that they're comfortable and you want to make sure that the venue works for them.
Because I always say it's their off time. It's like their vacation time.
It's their precious time that they're trusting you with. It is. It is. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we qualify the guests, right? If, 55 out of 90 of your guests are your friends, right? What you want to do is you want to make sure that your hotel is right in Cancun or right in Playa del Carmen or right in Tulum so that you have access to nightlife. Whereas a lot of the time you're in the Riviera Cancun or you're in Puerto Aventuras and you can't really leave. So then you're sort of contained, and then it comes down to the bride and groom having to entertain their guests every night.
God.
Which, and it's fine as long as, if we do plan on that, as long as we know that we're gonna do that from the beginning, then that's okay. A lot of the time, couples are choosing these super eco hotels in Tulum that don't have air conditioning, don't have water pressure. That doesn't work for your aunt and uncle all the time, right? So we want to make sure.
You might have very special guests that are not into the no AC kind of a venue.
Or mobility issues, right? If you have guests with mobility issues, we rent wheelchairs all the time at the Cancun airport. They don't roll on sand all that well.
Oh my God, you're right.
Right? So we want to make sure that those guests are staying at a hotel that has accessible rooms, that is comfortable for them. So we want to know who's coming to your wedding, what is the demographic, where are they flying in from, what does the holiday look like to them.
All of this happens when choosing your venue?
All of this happens when choosing your venue. And that translates into the wedding day, right? If the guests have a seamless travel experience right from the beginning, then our couples are able to enjoy their vacation. So we want to know also what's their budget, right? So if we see that most guests would rather pay a certain amount and a hotel requires 55 rooms to be booked, if we do go with this venue option, who's going to fill these rooms? Let's talk about that. And then we go farther into facilitating that with the couple so that they're not exchanging money with their guests,
right?
Because that can get awkward.
I know.
But also that we're handling all of the requests. So, I've just had a baby and I need a crib in the room versus I've just had knee surgery and I need a ground floor room.
But there's so many things that you have to consider then when choosing your venue. That's a good one. I think one of the things that you mention a lot, Mahla, is having that wonderful experience even from the beginning. Having or making or creating your own website.
100% Monica.
What does this website have to include from like day one, when you like open that website?
So from day one, I think it's a really nice idea to personalize a website, right? Put photos of yourself for guests to go on there and say, oh, you know, it's them, and a little bit on their story. And then what I like and what I highly recommend to couples is to have various touch points with their guests. So once you have everyone who has RSVP'd and you know who's attending, you send them a letter or you send them an email and you say, you know, we're so excited to see you on the beach and we're so excited to see you in Mexico. Here's our updated itinerary on our website. And
you keep editing this website.
You keep editing and you
closer.
keep creating various touch points with your guests, because you know what? It happens to the best of us. A guest looks at a website in September and it says a white welcome party.
You forget.
They forget.
In the website also, should you include everything that has to do with maybe your room block or hotel options, or maybe your airfare, or I don't know, transportation? Should that be
100%.
included?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you know, the best way for your guests to go about booking their room within the block, we do add a page for our couples where they're able to book within their block directly on the website for all of our all-inclusive hotels, which it makes it easier. It also eliminates a bride having to exchange money. So it makes it a lot more comfortable for them. We also have forums where they're able to enter their arrival information. We do include transfers with all of our group blocks, so we make sure that we greet the guests at the hotel and that they're, you know, well taken care of. You know,
so just give as much information on your website, and what's important is to be editing your website, you know, frequently as time gets closer. You have the date, you have the website. Do you tell your guests, here it is, book on your own?
Oh no.
Why? Oh, that was like a big oh no. So now I'm scared.
No.
So if you're planning a destination wedding, you shouldn't let them do all their own thing like solo? Why?
No. Short answer, you miss out on all of the benefits that a hotel would offer you. A hotel will never be able to gather all of those bookings and consider them after the fact a group. That will never happen. Secondly, if you are working with a good agency, your guests will actually be paying more if they were to book on their own.
Are you serious?
Yes. This is the shorter version of why they shouldn't book on their own. The longer version, if something were to ever happen, right?
God forbid.
God forbid. But if something were to ever happen, hotels will take care of groups first.
Oh, so if you're on your own, you're stuck calling.
If you're on your own, you're sitting on the phone with Expedia for ever, trying to figure it out. We've had a hotel closure where our guests were moved within 2 hours. They probably, before they found out the news, they were sent an email with their new reservation confirmation.
That is why you have to hire a travel agency.
And that's why you have to have, you know, a travel agency that is certified, that is licensed, that knows what they're doing. We have insurances in place for our guests to be protected all the time, bankruptcy or not, no matter what. And don't be afraid if you are working with a wedding planner. There are a lot of super talented wedding planners in this area. Still don't miss the opportunity of working with a wedding travel agency for your group. We also work with a lot of wedding planners hand in hand. So there is definitely an opportunity for you to still be protected and for your guests to still be taken care of on that side, even when you're working with a wedding planner on your wedding day.
Having all these people fly from abroad, you want them to have a very nice, life-lasting experience, and always remember that your destination wedding was one of a kind because the bride and the groom took care of every single detail.
Of everything.
Which it wasn't them directly, it was their travel agency. What other thing would be, to finalize this interview, the last thing that you should always keep in mind?
To ensure a cultural immersion. Anything local, anything that really adds to the experience, and constantly ask yourself,
Right? Why am I in Mexico?
Why am I in Mexico? Am I here, you know, for the air-conditioned ballroom? Often not, right? So we want to make sure that the guest experience as well as our couple's experience are really true to what their travel experience would be. Because, and again, this goes back to respecting your guest needs. A lot of them are a lot more ready for it, and a lot of them are a lot less ready for it. And our opportunity as travel professionals and as destination wedding planners is to really teach them how to share that with their guests, right? In a way where their guests are comfortable, but in a way where their guests are even a little bit immersed into the local culture.
We really learned so much today from you. What I'm telling you, when I said she was the destination wedding expert, I really meant it. So thank you so much. And one of the perks of getting married here at Zama Isla Mujeres, it is for sure the sunset. I mean, it is incredible and it is one of a kind. Just getting married in Isla Mujeres and having this backdrop when you're saying your I do's.
It's stunning.
I wouldn't change this a bit. And I just want to thank so much you, and I want to thank Zama for giving us the opportunity to show you all this beauty. Remember to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on our Instagram, and I will see you on our next video here on Sail the Veil.